The Satrap of Radz-at-Han. Okay. First, we must inform everyone of the situation. Nadana's colleagues included. Yeah. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. So sorry, guys. I did all I could. Oh, Nadana. Can you answer me this? Though Nadana is trapped in the tower, she's still alive, yes? Yes, she's still alive. Then we must make warding scales. As many as we can. The prototype works perfectly. This, Nadana proved at peril to herself. So let us make more scales, that she and all those who were taken might be saved. Aye, as alchemists, this is how we will help win this fight. My friends, the Satrap has been made aware of this tragedy. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl, that he might personally discuss the production of the warding scales with you. And for our Eozine visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nadana noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creation. This fact came to the Satrap's attention, and in recognition for of your deeds, he wishes to meet you. Oh, okay. Interesting. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss further avenues of collaboration. And so, if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Radz-at-Han for an audience with His Excellency? Okay. We should be honored, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be to the benefit of all. Benefit of all. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates east of the Giant Skull grounds, and I will show you into the city. Okay. It's such an unfortunate situation. Nadana's... The incident with Nadana didn't really impact me as much, but... bro, like... I was worried that it came to that, and it did. So I'm a bit sad. Wow. When I last visited, the city was brimming with life. I expect the tower has dampened the mood somewhat. Be it here or in Eorzea, all share in desire to deliver the captives. Thus, united, I pray that we may join in common cause with the Satrap. Of the Satrap, I only know of common tidbits. That, though the position is hereditary, he is not considered a sovereign. And that, despite possessing considerable authority, he wields it sparingly. Given the esteem in which the Locusts hold him, however, it's safe to assume he's good at his job. We could do far worse for an ally. Okay. All present? Then let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert, and strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you have been granted a special permission, I ask that you remain close to me at all times. Okay, makes sense. Ooh.
A vast rock squats upon Thavnair, and to its stony surface clings the city of Radz-at-Han. Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things. Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun.
Oh.
The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets.
Radz-at-Han. Now it's a little bit empty.
But no such scenes to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
Worry. And concern.
Here we are. Megaduta.
Megaduta.
It seems a shame to bring you here directly. Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside.
What's the Subtra look like?
Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Hello.
Ah, splendid. Most splendid. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Alphinaud, Satrap of Radz-at-Han. Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude.
Not everything went to plan.
I assume you speak of Nadana. A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nadana and the others. I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
I think not.
Oh.
This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
Oh?
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Nay, he hath the right of it.
Oh!
The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
Oh?
As you wish.
Huh?
You travel as assistants
Is it a dragon?
students of Valdesian, but you are known to me.
Is it a dragon? Holy shit! It is!
Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
I think it's Ritra! Oh my god! It is! It is
I
Ritra!
am Vritra.
Ah!
And for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode.
Oh my god!
Vritra, of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
I, mine elder brothers, of Midgardsormr's spawn, I was last to hatch.
He's a little baby sibling!
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radz-at-Han had an alliance with a dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the Satrap's own hall.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone. In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair. Next to arrive were the Aura. Adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect. And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility. When it seemed all would be drowned in blood, Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radz-at-Han.
But if Ritra is still here, then your position as Satrap is just...
It's just for show, I think.
A charade,
Yeah.
yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Many envy the great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end. I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
And they've been living like this since, which is, I guess, probably understandable. If that's how they do their culture here. That's fine.
Your eye. It was taken.
Oh my god.
'Tis here, buried within the semblance of flesh.
Oh, no wonder he has red eyes.
The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Radz-at-Han. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my will.
Oh.
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
I am woven with wards fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered, Estinian warm blood. From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another. Yet did neither one of us bare his fangs. That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radz-at-Han.
Yeah, no problem. What is it?
With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence. Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a surer path before me. Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Pagalthan and Cartanau, I am told.
Yep.
'Tis upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear.
Sure. I got you.
Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions. And should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales. I worry, however, that even the four of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go. Steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
It seems a quick trip back to Sharlayan is in order.
Wilt thou not lend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Radz-at-Han, I see no reason to refuse. Nor will I.
I am in thy debt.
Oh. This is such an interesting interaction. Oh. That's so fucking interesting! If our course of action is decided, let's not tarry. You good, Estinian? Wait a minute. We went in. Oh, can I come back in? Shit. If our course of action is decided, let us not tarry. That we should encounter one of the first brood in such a circumstance. Yeah, I know, right? Crazy. That meeting took a rather unexpected turn, but now we have a clear objective ahead of us. Let's rejoin our comrades in Sharlayan and muster a suitable crew for our foray into the Tower of Zot. Oh, and if you already hadn't done so, be sure to attune to an ether right here before departing. Unless you enjoy violent nausea. I can't go back in, so I might as well have to go back to Charlian. La 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 la. Vritra and his alchemist have prepared us for our foray into the tower. What we may accomplish within its twisted halls remaineth to be seen. That the Akrasodara language in Telophoroi chains doth forewarn us of the nature of our foe. It's the gods of Thavnair will be summoned to thwart us. Wow. The conflict between Nidhogg and I is in the past. And though they were brothers, it has no bearing on my view of Vritra. Above all else, he is a leader of men, not an enemy. He would hardly dedicate his life to his endeavor if he bore our kind any ill will. Yeah, exactly. You've moved on. That's good enough. Just as I was getting used to my balmy Thamadair, back to chilly Charlian. Take care not to catch your death, eh? We need you for the battles to come. Now then, your investigation here remains. But when that's over, you can take stock of all of the developments and discoveries. Nice. 2 of the quests done. Ready for tea break, Nemu? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around a bit. You know the last stand down at the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables, and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. Okay. Interesting. As busy as ever, I see. How very Charlian that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions and gauge the mood of the city? Oh, okay. I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Telophoroi. We might even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? Isn't the point of being here is to, like, not talk about it? Alize is now accompanying me. Okay. Okay, she's accompanying me this time. Oh, look at her! So cute. Hey, what's up? What is it? Can a man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're looking to share a table, then I respectfully request that you look elsewhere. You misunderstand, sir. We were simply wondering if you knew of the Telophoroi. These enemies of peace have promised to end all that we hold dear and... Wait, you're that House Labyrinthos girl, aren't you? And this woman with you is obviously a foreigner. Huh. I heard you were disowned for helping outsiders indulge their barbaric whims, and here you are giving truth to the rumor. I thank you if you leave me be. I've naught to say to the likes of you. Well, I must apologize. 'Twas foolish of me to expect an ounce of civility from one so enlightened. Come, Nemu. Dude. I think they're ignorant! I'm just saying! I don't think they know what they're in for, but... Yes? I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Pray excuse the interruption, but we were hoping you might share your thoughts on the Telophoroi and their unconscionable plans. My goodness, if it isn't the young Miss Leveilleur! My apologies, but I work in the offices of the Forum, and if word reached to Master Fortuno and that I was helping you. I see. We're sorry to have bothered you. Welcome, madam. What can I offer you today? Wait, is that Mistress Alisaie I see there? My word, how long has it been? Far too long. Meet Dickon, the owner of the Last Stand. I used to frequent his cafe on occasion, in between lessons at this studium. It seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing that you and Master Alphinaud had set sail for Eorzea, but then you never came back. Lately there's been gossip about you and your father disowning the pair of you. Everything alright at home? It's complicated. And I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is House Levier. No matter how discreet Master Faucheneau may have been, news of your family's doings never stays secret for long. Oh no, and I bet Emilience is gonna be like, what the fuck? What did you do? What the fuck did you do to disown our children? Oh my god. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now, of all times? We have questions, and only Charlene has the answers. Tell me, Master Dickon, have you heard anything about the apocalypse called the Final Days? What, like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. And that's what you're here to find? Information on this apocalypse? Yes, whatever we can learn. Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak with me. I wish there was more I could do to help. But maybe there is. You're a visitor to Charlene, aren't you? Then few will know your face. We should be able to pass you off as a server with none the wiser, okay? We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you're setting down the food, and you might just get the answers you're looking for. Not a bad idea. I hate to ask, but what do you think? Sure. That's the spirit. Pay attention now, and I'll explain where each of these dishes need to go. Oh no, it's another mini game. Tea is set for a chatty group sitting by the water's edge. The omelet is one for our regulars. A Highlander by the name of Gisla. She's sitting outside the table with a friend of hers. Omelet. Behind them you should see a Makote gentleman. He ordered an oven-baked lobster. Oh my god. How am I supposed to remember this? I have a... Omelets for gin... Wait, do it again? The tea set goes to the group by the water. The omelet is for Gisla. And a Makote man with the lobster. Okay. The Makote man, he wanted the oven-baked lobster. Oh shit. I'm sorry. My bad! Jesus! My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Now, if you wanted to hear ritual arcane practices of the 6th astral area, common or asteric, then I'd be happy to talk your ear off. No, it's okay. Gisla wanted the... Is she a Highlander? Yes, she is. She wanted the omelet. Ah, finally! 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in. No time to waste. What? The Telophoroi? Ah, yes. I remember seeing the name in the latest gazette. That and some grand claim about the end of days. Same old senseless and warmongering. When will these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood? Best stay out of it, I say. The Forum made the right choice, and I fully support our decision to remain neutral. Yeah, sure. Oven-baked lobster? At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine! You have no idea how long I've scrimped and saved and suffered to afford this heavenly dish. The final days? This is the first I've heard of it. Though, that would explain why my friend has been rushed off his feet. It must be a busy time to be a gleaner. You don't know what a gleaner is? They're collectors of sort. Travel the world procuring things that we haven't got here in Charlian. Priceless books, unusual life specimens, and so forth. So named for those folk who trail after the reapers in the fields, picking up every grain which was missed. Aye, by all accounts, gleaning is the most meticulous and demanding profession. If these Telafroi make good of their audacious threats, then many uncatalogued rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the Gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? Watch the harbor and you'll see what I mean. They're charting loads from the docks all day. It's never been this hectic before, not like this. Okay. Any trouble with the customers? Were you able to get anyone talking? Kinda. Interesting. They seem unaware of the final days, aside from whatever vague views the gazettes are printing. Even Dickon had nothing to offer. And he's the best source of gossip in the city. If the Forum doesn't have secret knowledge... If the Forum does have secret knowledge, then they've done an impressive job ensuring no one whispers it in the wrong ear. In any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Here, that cup of coffee I promised. Well, thank you. But let's enjoy our drinks somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the peristyle, away from the gossips and their wagging tongues. Oh. Yes, this should do nicely. Out of the wind and out of sight. Okay. Oh. Oh, that looks hot. Why would you have it in your hand?
When our father disowned us, I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Oh.
It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant. Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Charlian? Grahas said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt. And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Alphinaud, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been. How being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently.
Oh?
They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos. A vast complex beneath the island. Sharlayan is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples. Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility. Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat. Wait, didn't you hear something in the last stand about the Gleaners coming and going more than usual?
Yeah.
Well, I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. And Gleaners answer to the Forum. If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
Maybe. Also, oh, I leveled up. Nice. The Labyrinthine Descent. Okay. We should tell the others what we learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Nunamon, and I'll join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cups back. Okay. Welcome back, Nemu. Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Not exactly. We did find some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. It makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats, but as you say, they ultimately answer to the Forum. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic in cargo, it certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan to being put into motion. Let us see what theory we can build from the facts. As Y'shtola observed earlier, the Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Nemu and Alize learned at the last stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Sharlayans know nothing of that particular period of ancient history. Yet my father and his colleagues are not familiar with the final days, but also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Telophoroi is wholly unlike the apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by a duty such as pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Eorzea's quest for aid. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it is a stretch to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in the service to the Forum's secretive ends. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves. And if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. What should we expect down there? Oh, I would hate to spoil the surprise. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I would like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that it is returned to its proper place. It would be a great help. Thank you, Raha. Alright. Bye! Let's head down the stairs over there, and I'll show you where the entrance is. So I just realized... that I did not finish Krile's quest. Feels silly. Let's finish it. Let's finish it before we do the one for... we go back to Thavnair. Ready? Labyrinthos is not too far from here, but you may find the path a bit disorienting. I'll take the lead, so stay close. Okay. Off we go then! We are walking. Let's just run, please. It's pleasant here amongst the trees. But we really shouldn't move along. Well then run! What? What did she say? Oh, now she's running. Keep to the path, straight ahead. You cross this bridge. Up here. The rostra. Not far now. This is very interesting than your usual instance quests. Here we are! Through this door and down the stairs. You did remember to attune to the shard back there, did you? It will make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. No worries, I got you. Don't worry. Let's go. Ooh. You didn't take the wrong turn to the rostra there, did you? I doubt the forum would take kindly to you barging into a private session. I've not been through Labyrinthos in the longest time. Even as a student, my visits were few and far between. Oh, oops. We're all here now, yes? I've taken the liberty to securing permission for our group's descent. Right. Everyone onto the lift, then down we go. Okay. Oh, I think it's another instance. It's not.
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky.
Wow.
In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves, and this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation. Knowledge buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
The Northern Empty Labyrinthos.
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
The island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Aren't those people Gleaners?
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
Did you call to me just now?
Huh?
No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
Okay. Wow. Oops. Wow. You here to help or give me more headaches? Because if you don't have the look of a gleaner... because you don't have the look of a gleaner, and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have to pack a pack of marmots running loose. Exchange with Hornbill has taught you about exhausted gleaners. Interesting. You want to know what I'm doing? Hauling books and ore and fauna. If it needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so, they take stock on Labyrinthos. You know, sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before. They just did one a few summers ago even. Then, with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high. Damned if I know the reason. Could be that they are changing the layout, eh? Preparing for the next big expansion. Taking stock of Labyrinthos. Interesting. Let me think! The Rhea seeds should be item 1058. The common seeds 1059. Sorrelberry 1060. Or were they 1061? My head feels like it's stuffed with moko grass. Why more loads to take out than carry in? Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone makes mistakes in the Kurthan carrots for the Garibanyan carrots? What then? Oh no. Oh no. Large shipments. Any luck, Nemu? What tales did the Gleaners have to tell? So this grand operation began without warning. And for every item they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else. That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right. The Forum is definitely up to something. And they're turning Labyrinthos upside down in the process. We would do well to learn more of what specifically. The Gleaners are being tasked to do so, but to do as well as who had tasked them to do it. If you're in game, Nemu, I have an idea. Didn't one of the Gleaners you questioned say about escaping Marmots? Perhaps if we were to help them capture said creatures, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. In the meantime, I will turn to my charms upon this Gleaner here. We can compare notes afterwards. Happy hunting! Okay. You wish to help me with the Marmots? I have nothing suitable to pay you for your services, but if you're offering out of the goodness of your heart, I'd welcome the assistance. The name's Erenville, friend. Specialist in the collection of live specimens. That said, the creature of these Nagshian marmots is a trial I have no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. For a mercy, there is no other marmot species on this tier at present, so there should be no mistake in our little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in this sack. Gently, of course. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so we'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Be on your guard. There are beasts that won't hesitate to prey on a marmot or you. I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is all yours. Good luck. Nice. More? Hello, little baby. No, wait, please! Oh my god. Oh. A hunting troll? Look at this big guy. He looks interesting. I want him as a mount. Squeak. Come into the sack. There you go. No! Oh, come on. Get into the bag, please. Oh my god. Thank god I only need to catch one. How did you fare? I tracked down 3 of the pack, which leaves 1 unaccounted for. Here you go. Ugh, there's the marmot out. Wait here a moment while I put our friends in the holding cage. Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They've held up well in isolation, but it's much too soon to release them into habitat. It's a good thing we were able to capture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Who tasked you with them in the first place? Why the authority in charge of Labyrinthos? Now in perpetuity. The same officials who've had us working day and night of late. The honorable members of the Forum. Who else? Suitably for consumption and easy to breed. Those were the 2 conditions I was given for the stock I was instructed to procure. I don't know what the Forum has planned for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. There you are, Nemu. Is this the Gleaner you mentioned? The one who was looking for a lost marmots? Interesting company you keep, friend. Who are you folk anyway? I am Krile of the students of Baptisian. These others are my associates. Truth be told, the Forum's decisions of late have not sat entirely well with us. That is why we made the descent into Labyrinthos. We hope that by seeing those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. Wise and practical. Never hurts to try and gain a broader perspective, does it? Anyway, duty calls. Other animals to capture and enclosures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more for your services. Bye-bye! Aaronville? Did you learn anything from your friend there? So we've confirmed that the order for this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the Forum. However, the Gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. I say that fits everything we've heard thus far. We also discovered that the operation had begun. The Forum contacted the Gleaners guild ship and put the people to this great work of some of our days after the Telophoroi made their chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the Gleaners keep abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus, I am inclined to entrust that their calendar events is accurate. Altogether, it gives the distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden and unexpected development. Yet I find it hard to believe that such comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have been planned in so brief a window. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but awaiting the right time to put it into effect. And the Telophoroi's declaration, was that to set it all in motion? It seems likely, but let us not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Arcane? From there, we can reach the lower... Are you okay? Krile, what's wrong? I'm fine. truly. The sudden descent has left me a bit of a headache, that's all. No, there's something wrong with you. Please tell me what's wrong. Nothing will stop me from soldering on. Let's be about it then. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Arcane. We will follow the path east through the forest where you were chasing after that mouse. Or marmot, was it? Anyway, 'tis the trolls you need to watch out for. Oh. Oh, I hope she's okay. Otherwise, I'd be worried. I suspect more people are here. More bunnies! Bunny boy! Behold, the Arcane. As Numenon serves as Sharlayan's literary archive, so does the structure house the city's wealth of material data. Ah! The architecture too is similar. This building you see is merely the upper entrance, an access point to the vaults carved to the cliffside itself, okay? With those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as detailed records which describe them. In matter of speaking, the Arcane contains a physical history of Sharlayan's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. Nice. I just realized they're using the same music as the one for Anti-Tower. Oh my god. Well, we won't learn anything of value standing out here. Let us proceed into the main building and speak with the custodian. Okay. Bunny boy. Bunnies! Bunnies! Ah. They're kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. The Arcane Custodian. Hey, what's up, dude? Greetings. We are here to pursue the Arcane's vaults. For use? You are clearly not Gleaners, then. Might I ask your affiliation? We belong to the students of Baldesion. But is this relevant? I was given to believe that the vaults, those open to the public at least, were open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in the reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. Not us, then. I suppose we had better move along to another facility. This building has a lift which connects to the middle tier, yes? Might we at least make use of that? Oh. The service has also been suspended, I'm afraid. For the time being, priority has been given over to the conveyance of inventory. Oh. What, so this is as far as we can go? I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come again after our restructuring operation is concluded. By that time, it will be too late. And we're so close to getting answers. We think we need to rethink our approach. Let us step outside for the moment, shall we? Students of Baldesion. Huh. What? What? Oh. I'm thinking he knows that we're not. We are not, obviously. Labyrinthos is constructed in the shape of a mortar. This upper layer is called the outer circuit, and the medial circuit lies the one tier below us. If they're going to close off facilities, then they They ought to announce it. The students must be furious. Probably. The Forum must be wary of exposure indeed to so heavily restrict the use of public institutions. We are at an impasse. As we have no other leads, I should like to pursue this one further. But I doubt that our stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. We must seek another means to access the lower levels. 'Tis likely that the people in this area are involved in the restructuring in one way or another. If we are to integrate ourselves, they might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let's ask around. Let us ask around. Surely someone is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load. Fetch quests. Am I taking the lift? Oh, no, we're just students. They won't let us into the Arcane, even though we found. Actually, we have no idea what it is we found. There's no record of such a creature anywhere, but it was wandering around Tranquility, and so we thought to donate it to the vaults. Squeal, squeal! Oh. Oddest little squeal, don't you think? Anyway, I suppose we'll have to take care of it until the Arcane is open again. Interesting. Bone-weary worker, I really like your coat, bro! What's that? Take you down to the lift with me? Sorry, but not a chance. I've been up and down all day, and only now have I finally found a spare moment to rest. I did see a Gleaner fellow heading out the gate though, shouldering a large pack, engaged in some manner of task. Maybe he'll be heading down before he's done with, below after he's done with whatever it is he's doing. Okay. Let's go find the guy. Oh, it's Erenville! Erenville! Quiet, you'll frighten it away. Ah, it's you again. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another task. The cloudkin I need to capture is close. Very close. You wish to help me with this too? You spend your time in unusual ways, my friend. Still, 2 hunters are generally better than 1. Very well. The canal here is a common gathering spot for birds of all kinds. But one I'm after today is the Hornbill, okay? Its feathers are green, and it's quite a distinctive caw. Single it out and shoot it with the sleeping dart. The effects are short-lived, so I'll lie and wait down by the river bank to claim our quarry. Be sure to hit the right one. Oh, is this another mini game? It's a mini game. Its feathers are green. And it's this one, right? Oh shit! No! I failed on the first try. Okay. Okay, so it says its feathers are green. This one? Caw. Is it this one? Oh shit. Oh. Is it that one? Hit the right bird with the dart. Okay. There are two green birds. How am I supposed to know? And it has a distinct caw. I thought it was like a different type of bird. God darn it. like that makes a different caw. I suppose it's different. Nice. Nemu.
A fair shot.
Hey.
Nicely done. Let me truss this one up and I'll make my way over to you.
Okay. My new bunny boyfriend.
There you are. Any new revelations?
So you met with that Gleaner again, this time to capture a Hornbill. I understand catching and bringing in creatures from the outside, but what's the point of chasing after ones already here?
Oh, it's a simple thing, really. Occasionally, we remove specimens no longer needed for study, or those we've had difficulty raising. But we can't simply turn them loose. Safely returning such creatures to their native habitats is another facet of a Gleaner's duties.
He has that Vieira accent as well. It's very... I love it.
But not in this case, I'm afraid. I've been asked to bring the bird below.
Oh.
The restricted section in the lower levels of Labyrinthos. Open only to a select few researchers handpicked by the Forum. The projects down there are the subject of rumor and hearsay. Forbidden magics. Advanced technologies that can never be allowed to fall into outside hands. Even Archons are not privy to the truth. Those who are, the researchers involved in this secretive work, are not permitted to walk freely in the city, and are instead required to live in isolated quarters.
Oh my god, that sounds awful. Kinda.
What could a facility subject to such strict security protocols possibly need with a Hornbill? An experiment?
Maybe.
Possibly. I wasn't afforded an explanation. But judging by the requisition list given to me and my colleagues, I doubt it's for any kind of advanced research. I'd be more inclined to believe we were making preparations to migrate to the south. Mericidia or thereabouts.
What? Why would you say that?
Much of the flora and fauna we were asked to procure could serve as reliable sources of sustenance. They're comparatively hardy species, too, able to endure harsh climates. And among them are specimens known to be effective in improving soil quality and purifying water.
When you put it that way, migration does sound like a reasonable assumption.
That's all it is, though. An assumption. Through our tasks, we Gleaners glimpse only bits and pieces of the Forum's plans. Our prime concern is that our requisitions, be they living or otherwise, are properly preserved for the knowledge of future generations. Now, I really must be going. I regret that I cannot reward you as you deserve.
Oh, it's okay.
Perhaps you might reward us after a fashion, then. It is imperative that we reach the lower levels. And seeing as you are already set to descend with your assigned cargo, mayhap we could accompany you as your assistants.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Once the animals have been prepared for transport, we send them down separately via the lift. I will, of course, follow after to make my report, but I can hardly pass you off as porters when there's nothing left to carry.
Indeed. Pray forget I said anything.
How do you feel about climbing? If you've strength and the courage to brave it, then there is another way down.
Oh.
This path leads to the 33rd facet, a mineshaft excavated during one of our expansions of Labyrinthos. While I cannot guarantee that the passage is safe to traverse, it should provide access to the medial circuit below.
I never even knew such a place existed. Thank you. This is the perfect solution.
You're quite welcome, but consider yourselves warned. If the going proves too treacherous, you do well to turn back. I bid you good day.
Thank you. Hope to see you again.
Well, turning back is hardly an option, not when we've come this far. Let's go and take a look at this mine shaft.
Hey. Okay. It is down here. I took a quick peek inside, but it's awfully dark in there. I never would have noticed this cave on my own. I think the scholar that Erenville knew of it. And that you were there to persuade him to share. Hey. The medial circuit which Erenville mentioned is here directly below us. Unlike the lowest level of Labyrinthos, which, with its rigid security, one can hardly roam the middle layer quite freely. Let us see what we might find. This must be it. The entrance to the mineshaft. 'Tis faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures honed there by the researchers, I think. Well, slavering beasts aside, we will need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. Assuming everyone's tightened their straps and checked their gear, then I say we head on in. Given the terrain ahead, though, it might be wise to leave some distance between us. I don't want to be stumbling over each other if it comes to a fight. Take it slow, and don't forget to check your surroundings from time to time. We can meet up again at the other end of the tunnel, okay? Okay. Oh wait, why did I do that? This kind of reminds me of when I was doing Heavensward stuff. You go in a cave. Or maybe it was still, a Realm Reborn when it happened. Because you were supposed to go down in a, like, in this big, huge tunnel while trying to find, like, Iceheart, I think. Iceheart's whereabouts and her stuff. But yeah. The mineshaft was infested with Mythros caps. Some sort of research project, I wonder. I suppose they are a most unusual creature. Why did they develop such long limbs when they all do is shuffle in narrow tunnels? About narrow tunnels. I was being careful, I swear. The slope was steeper than I thought, and I lost my footing for a moment, that's all. I'm not injured, if you don't count my pride. I'm worried about you, Krile. Something's calling out to you, and I think it's Heidelin, probably. It has to be. Like, who else would call to, like, somebody who has an echo? Same thing as I do. Nemu, did you know Krile almost took a tumble back there? She can't possibly still be dizzy from the lift. Yeah. She should have been fine by now, honestly. But, yeah. Everyone seems to have made it through without incident. Nothing of consequence, at least. And, as promised, the tunnel has delivered us to the medial circuit. As I recall, this tier is where they keep a wide variety of samples for agricultural production. If Aaronville's assumption holds true, that specimens are being collected in preparation for a great migration, then we should see evidence of such plans in the area's research projects. Let's follow the path to the nearest farming facility and see what we see. Alright. Vegetation area? Aha! Now I know where we are. This is the Mariel Ergonomics. Oh. Labyrinthos is a host to a wide variety of vegetation, which allows us to conduct studies on cultivation methods utilized in foreign lands. Interesting. And it is this facility which coordinates and sees those efforts. The fruits of their research go to feed their Labyrinthos colleagues, or so I hear. More notable successes might make it to the Agora. Food so exotic you'd be hard-pressed to guess their origin, let alone how they might taste. Indeed, mystery vegetables without a name, only a list of nutritional benefits scribbled on a card. I see no Gleaners hereabouts, yet these workers seem to share that same sense of urgency. It is possible they know something of the Forum's plans and their underlying motivations. Worth looking into, wouldn't you say? See what you can see what you can coax from the workers. The rest of us will do the same and cast about for useful clues. Oh, hello there. We weren't expecting visitors. Not with use of the lift being restricted. How did you make it down here anyway? The mine shaft, you say? Well, you're a much hardier soul than I. Under normal circumstances, I'd reward such tenacity with a guided tour of the fields, but I'm afraid the forum has us filling orders lists a mile long. Massive yet detailed requests. Massive yet detailed requests. Literal wagon loads of cropped samples, and they hardly had any time to put them together. When I first heard about this grand reorganization, I assumed we would be shuffling around old stock to make room for the new. Then came the orders for ridiculous quantities of seeds we've already thoroughly researched. Passing strange, eh? I pressed for an explanation and was met with vague assurances that all will be revealed in due course. Not the most satisfying answer. Yeah, not the most satisfying indeed. Sounds very sus. What crops are we raising? Well, as you can see, this one is a variety of grape. Only needs a good source of sunlight to grow, and the conditions here are nothing short of perfect. Hardly surprising, given that it's native to a particular local in the very place upon which Labyrinthos was modeled, a region in the south of Ilsabard. Oh! It boasts remarkable habitat diversity, allowing for a myriad flora and fauna to thrive. Chilly peaks in the north give away swaths of temperate plains, which in turn transition into a hot, humid coastline. Such bountiful territory is ever contested, as you might expect. It used to be called Corvos, before the Imperials renamed it Locus Amonis. Amonis. The Forum saw it not as a prize, however, but as a researcher's ideal environment. One whose climates we strove to recreate within the confines of Labyrinthos. It's since provided a rich foundation for countless experiments in cultivation. Uh-oh, this guy is overwhelmed. Do I have ought to be taken down below? More than I can carry, and then some. Most of our stocks is sent off via the cargo lift, but some has been remarked for aerial transport. Hence the stack of crates atop that hill over there. Gods, hauling the lot up that slope was a job and a half. Yikes. I guess they're making inquiries of the same thing. Yep. Yep. Oh, there's a lot of people here. Something major, probably. The labels on these crates tell their story of the contents. Bundles of common seeds and saplings, accompanied by sheaves of reports. Oh!
Hard to look away, isn't it?
Is that Artbert? Oh no, it's
But
not.
they're more than pretty flowers. Heartblooms are attuned to ambient emotion.
Oh, dude, I thought it was Joe Dempsey. Hello.
You don't seem convinced, but believe me, it's true.
Okay.
This ashen grey, for instance, it mirrors the anxiety and urgency of those working nearby as they rush to fulfill sudden orders. Intense feelings like those spur the petals to change colour. Bright glowing hues in the presence of joy, dark subdued shades for frustration or despair. Yet even with the collected wisdom of Sharlayan at our disposal, we've yet to identify the underlying principle of this empathic effect. And there are other mysteries besides. Although the flower is extraordinarily long-lived, its low reproductive rate has made it difficult to find younger populations growing in the wild. With too few sightings to map its distribution, and no closely related species to track, we've been unable to pinpoint its land of origin.
Interesting.
To further complicate matters, every culture, even dimly aware of its existence, has given it a different name and mythos.
Oh.
Our attempts to study it via the historical record have been an exercise in frustration.
So it's... okay. I guess they don't know much about the flower even if they know a lot about it?
As an avid botanist myself, I should one day like to unravel the Heartbloom's secrets. But I'm afraid other duties must take precedence. I will leave you to your thoughts.
Okay. Thank you for the lesson.
Have you learned aught of interest?
Nothing relevant. But I do know about the flower.
A flower that reacts to one's feelings? Strange. I must say, I have never heard of such a thing.
Do you know?
This is all very fascinating. But as it stands, we've failed to gain any significant insight into the Forum's undertaking.
Yeah.
Indeed. While there is certainly enough activity to support Erenvil's supposition that a priority has been placed on improving food production, unfortunately for our investigation, these workers were never informed as to how their duties serve the master plan.
Yep.
If only we could interrogate the Forum members directly. Isn't that the entrance to the Arcane?
Is that Erenvil? Hey!
Look, there. I think that's Erenvil.
A little difficult to tell from here, but I think you're right. He did say he was coming down to make his report.
Erenvil receives his orders from the Forum. Would it not follow, then, that the superior to whom he reports is a Forum member? Or at least a close associate?
True.
You mean to eavesdrop on their conversation? What of the risks?
Ours alone to bear. We won't interfere with Erenvil's work, nor will he be implicated as an accomplice. If you're not comfortable taking part, I can do this alone.
Nay. I said myself that I wished to know Father's intentions. And no answers will be forthcoming should we simply ask nicely.
We can apologize later, should it come to it. Right now, we need every crumb of information we can get our hands on. Consequences be damned.
Yep.
It might be best if you came along as well. In fact, we should all...
What? Krile? You okay?
Krile?
Oh, yes. That certainly sounds like a plan.
Krile, what's happening to you? You're making me nervous.
I'm glad you agree.
Quickly! Erenville is on the move. We need to get closer before we lose him.
Are you okay, Krile?
I can almost reach you.
Huh? What? Huh. Is Krile still unfeeling well? Is Krile still feeling unwell? I've never seen her so distracted. Yeah, same. Keep an eye on her, but keep moving too. We cannot let our quarry slip away. Forgive me, my attention has been elsewhere. We were following Erenville, weren't we? Erenville has headed westwards along the path outside the Arcane. Come, we can still catch him. Okay. He down there? Oh, I followed the wrong path. Why do I keep going on the wrong path? Seems Y'shtola wishes to have a word with us. Okay. Still hear it. You've fallen too far behind. This damn mist won't help matters. Okay. Hold a moment. I have an idea. If memory serves, that colossal wall-like structure is the Logistican Beta, one of the Labyrinthos climate control centers. Okay. Should it have its own lifts? It should have its own lifts, with which one could access the upper or lower tiers. If I were an agent of the Forum, I would make for a convenient meeting place. But even if we were to happen to find Erenville in the company of a said agent, we cannot expect them to reveal issues of importance as we nonchalantly stroll past. Nay, we shall have to remain undetected. Okay. If only Graha and his vanish spell were here. Oh, but there are other ways of turning invisible. Hippity hop, my little toads. What? Goodness! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Y'shtola! Unaccustomed to transfiguration? Worry not. It'll wear off with the passage of time. I suggest you and your green companions hop along and catch up with Erenville. Should you feel magic's fading, return to me and I will refresh the enchantment. And what am I to do in the meantime? Wait here with me? In your current state of mind, you'd be as likely to leap into the jaws of the predator as you would learn of anything of note. Which reminds me, where the creature's hereabouts. In that form, you are essentially defenseless. Sag. You return... Okay. Alright. Why? Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit! Alphitoad and Alitoad are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to proceed the quest objectives. You can leave your quest companions behind by entering a different area, putting too much distance between you. Okay. Okay. Well. Look, there are other frogs here too. That's funny. Ribbit? Ribbit, ribbit? Ribbit, 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 ribbit. That's funny. Oh. What the hell is this? It's a member of the forum, it looks like. Because that clothing...
I trust you will find your compensation to be more than satisfactory. We wish to make clear that we are pleased with the efficiency and thoroughness of your work. So much so that we have come bearing new tasks in need of your competent hand.
Another lengthy list. If I may speak frankly, the Gleaners have been pushed to the point of collapse by your unending demands. We are not familiars to be exploited. We are Sharlayan scholars and we deserve an explanation for this unseemly treatment. What warrants such urgency?
In an age long past, Sharlayan was charged with a momentous duty. And now that word of the final days hangs heavy in the air, the time has come for us to fulfill that charge.
Oh.
I can say no more, but I promise you this. All will be revealed in due course. And when it has, you will understand that your toil was in service to the greatest good.
So they were... I feel they were... They have to be aware that the final days are, like, legit. But they're not... They have to dismiss it and, like, say nothing about it.
Then I will do your bidding. For now. But unless you wish the Gleaners to rise up in protest, I advise you to offer tangible improvements for our working conditions. Your promised revelation does nothing to address present circumstances.
A fair point. Your concerns will be conveyed to the forum.
Sag. Oh! Rockies! Uh-oh. Oh no.
I hope that was informative. You may consider my debt to you repaid in full.
Oh, he knows. Sorry had to sneak up on you like this.
While I do have my reservations about the forum, I want to believe that they have our best interests at heart.
Fair point.
Which is why I'm reassured that you're busy sniffing out the truth of things. We can ill afford to place all our eggs in one basket, this master plan of theirs, without first understanding the risks involved.
Yeah.
Wait! How did you know it was us?
If you mean to impersonate a toad, try studying the real thing. And don't try to fool an expert.
I suppose we should have known a gleaner who specializes in animal procurement would not be so easily deceived. He seemed inclined to put his trust in us all the same. More importantly, perhaps, we've discovered a new piece of the puzzle. This momentous duty, the forum agent mentioned. Charlene has been called to action, and the Talaferoy's declaration was the catalyst. Whatever change it is they hope to fulfill, they deemed it of its sufficient import to disrupt all of Labyrinthos, not to mention ignore Eorzea's request for aid. Rip. A guide of sorts, okay. What duty could warrant a direct involvement of the forum and the commitment of all its resources? Judging by what we just learned, none of the Gleaners were offered any kind of explanations. At this point, it seems abundantly clear that we will learn nothing new by pressing them further. We should head back to Y'shtola and Krile for the moment. See what they think of this. Okay. Welcome back. I trust you found Erenville then. Interesting. I had a feeling you would learn something important, even if that something was simply confirmation that no one knows much of anything. We would share this with Krile and then discuss how we'd like to proceed. Okay, where is she though? Assuming we find her back at the farm. She was still behaving oddly, so I bade her return and rest there. Perhaps not the best decision, in hindsight. Would you mind checking near those flowers she was so entranced by? The rest of us can survey the more distant areas, just in case she decided to wander. Okay. Going back to the flowers again, huh? Oh, she's back! What the fuck? Oh, and they kind of changed color too, I think. You okay, Krile baby? She picked it up. Why?
For you. The spell will keep it from wilting.
Oh.
She said you would need it for the journey ahead.
Oh. It must be her. It has to be.
Will you speak with her now? I cannot hope to match Minfilia's clarity, of course, but...
Is she being a vessel? For Hydaelyn? Like, oh, you gotta be kidding. No, come on.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
Do not worry. She has lent me her body for only a moment.
Oh my god.
Just as I could not save the first from the flood of light, it has become arduous for me to interact with the physical world without assistance. Though I might converse with you for a time, the incorporeal form I assumed on the ship would be incapable of casting even the simplest enchantment. It is in the depths of the Ethereal Sea, The place to which all life returns, where my influence is greatest. After Menphilia's sacrifice on the first, it was to the sea, here in the Source, where I ferried her soul. I wished that gentle spirit to find rest in the world she loved so well. Her, and another who may yet have a part to play.
What?
Though that will depend on you.
What? Her and who else? Bro!
Take the flower. Walk free, for you are free. To go where you wish. To believe what you will. That bloom will be your guide, test and proof of your conviction. In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow. Together, raise it aloft and let it shine, till the end, blinding and radiant.
I guess I'll keep it. I got no choice. Oh. You okay?
That was all too brief. Already she seems so far away. My apologies if I startled you. Ever since we began our descent into Labyrinthos, I had sensed another's will, straining to reach out.
Yeah, that's why you've been acting a little bit weird.
Even with my particular talents, though, I was unable to make a connection at first. So weak and tenuous it was. Once I took hold of that wispy thread, imagine my surprise to discover it was Heidelin herself. Needless to say, it seemed wise to learn what we could before letting go. Her answers were more cryptic than I would have liked, but at least she left us with a guide of sorts, that unusual flower. Yes, we are definitely making progress.
You can't be serious. We've done nothing wrong.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's the dad!
Master Fortunaud, what business has the Forum with us?
Obstruction and suppression, apparently.
Mistress Baldessian, our records show you facilitated the Scions' entrance into Sharlayan by claiming them as assistants for your organization. We are aware of your investigations. After alerting the major institutions to the presence of potential troublemakers, we received word from an Archean custodian.
Oh, that one fucking dude. Yeah. Yeah.
A group operating under the auspices of the students, skulking about Labyrinthos and engaging in clandestine behavior.
Clandestine? We may not have entered Sharlayan as Scions, but we did naught to conceal our identities. Our only purpose in this city is to seek the truth. I can think of no reason why our actions should warrant the Forum's intervention.
'Tis not our way to discourage the pursuit of knowledge, but the timing of such pursuits must be considered, not to mention their potential impact.
Okay.
With the world in chaos, we, the true caretakers of wisdom, have committed ourselves to an undertaking that demands the utmost discretion.
Which is?
and we will not risk its success by turning a blind eye to disruptive foreign elements in our midst.
What, then, is to be our fate? Will you put us on a ship back to Eorzea?
The Forum will convene to examine your case. The results of said inquiry will determine your future in this city. As for your absent companion, he has already been detained.
No, Graha!
Graha! But why? Is reading a crime now, too?
Reading is encouraged, celebrated even. Not, however, of the volumes shelved in the restricted section of the library.
But doesn't he have, like, the Archon symbol for it? Doesn't he have access to unfeathered tomes? Unfeathered. Like forbidden tomes is what I mean. But that, I don't know, bro.
Refusing to comply will only make matters worse. Let us instead treat this as an opportunity to open a dialogue with the Forum.
Yeah, sure.
Silence is often one's best defense. I would advise against prolonging the proceedings with frivolous discourse. But enough. This is not the place for debate. The rostra await.
Okay. Oh boy. There it is, the Forum! Oh, Graha! Graha, no! Are you okay?
Forgive me. I was careless.
We would have been detained regardless. This way, at least, we managed to stay together. I trust your time within the Forbidden Archives was well spent.
The Forum will come to order. This inquiry is now in session. As Speaker-elect, I will be presiding over the day's proceedings.
Very formal.
Master Fortuner, would you be so kind as to restate the matter which compelled you to summon your colleagues with such urgency?
As you are all aware, we recently denied Eorzea's request for Sharlayan assistance. Since then, certain individuals dissatisfied with our decision have taken it upon themselves to interfere with our work.
I don't think we're interfering.
They entered our nation masquerading as associates of the students of Baldessian. But these malcontents are better known as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. These militants wield influence with both the Eorzean and Eastern alliances, and are inextricably involved with the crises presently afflicting the world at large.
I just realized Krile's hood is off. Oh, she looks so cute.
Loose in our city, these warmongers sought to meddle with and expose matters of state secret. What are they, if not a dire threat to be expelled?
Her hair.
You have tarnished the good name of the students. Galuf would be ashamed.
Excuse me?
Galuf Baldessian was never one to forsake his fellow man. Even if this nation closed every door and retreated from the world, he would have found a way to help the Scions, help every soul of this star fight back against the coming doom.
A terrible enemy stands poised to lay waste to all we hold dear. In the face of such madness, Eorzea reached out to Sharlayan, a respected ally, in the hopes of forming a united front. Was your curt dismissal truly the best you could offer? Or are you so preoccupied with your momentous duty of an age long past that even the end of the world is unworthy of your attention?
Whence came this revelation?
From the mouth of a forum member within fortuitous earshot.
Yep. Oh, my hat!
It seems your findings support my own.
My freaking headpiece. It's off.
The reason I visited the restricted shelves was to study records of the Forum's policymaking process, to better understand the historical trends underlying their most major decisions. At first glance, the positions of neutrality in war and the accumulation of knowledge above all else appear constant and consistent, the unchanging pillars of Sharlayan society.
But...
And once upon a time, I might have left it at that.
Mm-hmm.
These days, however, I am more attuned to the subtleties of governance, and so I noticed something odd.
Mm-hmm. Please tell us.
From a particular point in time, the purpose of these policies shifted.
Okay.
No longer was knowledge preserved for the benefit of society. Rather, society was to be gradually reshaped to ensure the preservation of knowledge. The most conspicuous and telling change was the one which befell Labyrinthos. Once little more than an oversized storehouse, an enormous allocation of funds saw it transformed into an advanced research and archival facility. I also discovered a fascinating account on the finances of our Dravanian colony. The settlement attracted students from far and wide, and the connections and tuition fees thus acquired were funneled into further improvements for the archives.
Oh. Why then? Huh.
Now, there is no question that our nation's progress is tied to the acquisition of wisdom. Nevertheless, the vast resources diverted for this purpose borders on the obscene. But returning to the matter of when, our change in course appears to have been made some 270 years ago.
The very same period when Sharlayan scholars in the hinterlands began a formal study of the Ethereal Sea.
Oh.
You found something, did you not? And whatever it was, gave rise to your oh-so-important duty.
Mind your tongue, Archon. If you had seen...
They're not... Are they not allowed to talk about it?
Yes. We are bound by a duty we cannot ignore. Knowing this, what would you have us do? Abandon our vital work and join you on the field of battle?
Maybe if you could have like showed a little more detail of what's going on, we would have understand that you had to do your freaking vital work. I think. Maybe. But it's such a... I don't know. It you guys had to make it such a big secret.
We will never choose the way of the sword. We will fulfill our mission, not through strife and bloodshed, but survival. Come what may, we shall live on. We must.
Do as you must, then.
Do as you must, then.
Hey.
But we Scions will fight until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
Yes.
Such misguided zeal.
Father, Master Fortunaud.
Oh.
I fail to understand the stance you have elected to take. But by the same token, I have yet to find a compelling argument to counter the challenge you put to us in Gridania. Still, in the midst of my uncertainty, I must trust in myself to do what is right, as others have chosen to trust in me.
Arnvald.
So I will continue, as I always have, weighing the consequences of my every action, and allowing my hope for the future to inform my decisions.
That's quite enough. Have you all forgotten the reason for this assembly?
Skolok Monteshane. He's the head of the studium and an old friend of my grandfather's.
Honestly, every discussion devolves into some interminable debate. Terrible habit. Let's return to the topic at hand, By their own admission, these Scions have resolved to fight alongside the Eorzean nations against the doom which swift approaches. But there exists no evidence of an attempt to incite our citizens to do the same. Furthermore, while our decision may well have been the correct one, we cannot simply bull our way through these disagreements without inviting doubts or objections. Put yourselves in their place. Who among you would leave a tome unopened if an elder forbid you read it with no reason given? No. If we're to quell further discontent, then we must conclude this matter with a fair and even hand.
He knows what he's talking about. Hey, I like you already.
Order! We will have order!
Master Monteshane raises some valid points. Keeping such concerns in mind, I propose we enforce the following measures. Until further notice, the students of Baldesion are to cease any and all activities within the domain of Sharlayan. You will also refrain from any further investigation into the Forum's decisions and duties. Failure to comply with these restrictions will result in the immediate expulsion of your Scion associates. Let us put this judgment to a vote. All in favor, raise your hand.
That's... Ooh. That is not a lot of hands. Or, I think I see a lot of hands, but... Dang.
I count 51 for and 48 against. The proposal is passed.
Wow. That could have been very, very bad.
Students, scions, you have heard the Forum's judgment. Pray abide by it, or face the consequences.
It's okay, we're going to Thavnair anyway.
Honored members, I thank you for your time. This inquiry is concluded.
Wow. How about that? Marky! Ah! Okay, back to MSQ. Thank the gods for the scholar Montaigne. I absolutely loathe arguing in circles. My father may be right, but I am still groping in the dark for answers. But I needed him to know that I would never stop searching. I owe that much to Arnbald and myself. Oh! I apologize for the trouble I've caused you. No, baby! You were being detained for the wrong reasons. I was pondering the significance of what I had just read as I left the restricted section and knocked over the security mammoth on my way out. I promise to be more vigilant next time. Oh my god. You're a silly Makote. Well, at least we've been allowed to remain in the city. And our endless investigations have not been in vain. We now know that this mysterious duty of theirs began with whatever the Forum discovered in the Ethereal Sea. With our freedom so sorely curtailed, however, we still struggle to learn aught more of substance here in Sharlayan. The overall picture has grown clearer, yes, but that's in spite of the Forum being so maddeningly vague about this duty of theirs. Why are they so reluctant to explain their actions in plain words? Survival, come what may. Is Father's work so vital that it takes precedence over his own family? Alphinaud? Alize? It is you! Is that their mom? Is that their mom? When I heard you'd been dragged before the Forum, I came swiftly as I could. I'm so very glad they allowed you to stay. Is that their mom? Mother? It is their mom! It's Ameliance! She's so pretty. Ameliance Leveilleur, at your service. She also has that anime mom haircut. And you fine people must be the scions of the 7th Dawn. How lovely it is to finally meet you. Mother, please. We don't wish to make things difficult for you. If word reaches Father that you were here... Ugh, bother that. Am I to be chastised for speaking with my own children? I am well aware that you and Master Fortunato are not on the best of terms at the moment, but I've been absolutely desperate to see my darlings again. You will come by the house, won't you? I have gifts waiting. Oh, are you sure? The timing couldn't be better. As matters stand, we shan't be going anywhere until we discuss matters with Thancred's group and reconsider our options. Go, visit your home. We will be back at the annex when you are ready to rejoin us. I'm not sure Nemu, what do you think? Spend time with your mom. Nemu? The Nemu Okire? Yes, it's me. What a splendid day this has turned out to be. Champion of Eorzea, I insist that you join us. Okay. But we must be quick about it. Not for my own benefit, but should my husband return and find you enjoying our hospitality, the servants will be mad to suffer the consequences. Nemu, if you would be so kind as to escort my children to the estate. I like her style. And then she's gone. And with her any opportunity to protest. Indeed. The matter is settled. Enjoy yourselves, you three. Okay. Goodbye. You know, I think I kind of like that I kind of went back here. After being in Thavnir for a bit. Kind of continued where I left off after, like, going through freaking Y'shtola's... being Y'shtola's assistant for a bit. I apologize. My mother is not one to take no for an answer. Still, I'm glad, relieved even, to see her in such high spirits. Yes. What say you, Nemu? Though it seems we shall have little enough time to enjoy it, will you accompany us on our visit home? Yes. Yes, I will. Fine. If we're going, let's get it over with. But be sure to stay in the entrance hall. No peeking into our private chambers, thank you very much. Why ever not? Your room is always perfectly neat and tidy. Everyone has things they'd rather keep to themselves, don't they? Cherished mementos you couldn't bring yourself to throw away. Childhood toys. Oh. I mean, never mind. Livier Estate is that way. Straight down the stairs. Come on. Hey. I like that they have these, like, oh, if you want, like, this, like, these things that they tell you you can leave them behind. But I really like that. I really like this thing. This little cute instance that they can accompany us. I think it's a little better than how we have them during like regular instances. But I imagine they still kept it. I just like I like this a lot. When Alize and I were little, this bridge was as far as we were permitted to wander alone. I say alone, but my mother or a servant was always somewhere nearby, keeping a watchful eye. Now look at us, traveling to different continents, different worlds even. As children, Alphinaud and I would often wait here for our father to come home from work. It must have been a day when his meetings ran long, because I remember growing restless, leaning out over the railing to watch the water rush by. Father, of course, arrived at the exact moment, came pounding down the path in a panic, crying out to my name. What? Oh my god. Really? Huh. I assume because they were little, he was very, I guess he was very doting of his children, but now it's probably very different. Hey, Ameliance! And you are here at last. Please do come in. Hey. Hey. Will we hear her voice? Let's go. Oh, wow!
Welcome home, my lady.
Very pretty. Imagine we can have housing.
What? What are you gawping at?
Hey, it's a nice house. Makes you wonder if you could have one, you know? Maybe. I'm just admiring the craftsmanship. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I suppose I never gave the decor much thought. I'm glad that you approve, I think.
Yeah, I like it.
Lord Fortunaud is not to hear of this visit.
Oh.
And I should also like the children to have their gifts, ere my husband makes his return.
As you wish, my lady.
Damn, set to work.
Master Alphinaud, Mistress Alice, if you would accompany me upstairs.
We shan't be long.
The twins have been sending letters home from time to time, recounting their latest adventures. I am sure they withhold certain details, of course, if only to keep me from worrying.
Oh.
Yet a mother worries all the same. In the early days especially, I tried to support them as best I could, sending the Scion's coin and other such donations.
Oh.
Fortunately, they have found the strength to overcome adversity time and time again. Their words grow more confident with every letter, their depictions more vivid. The triumphs and defeats, the joys and sorrows. It is clear that they have come to find value in every experience. But of those they treasure most, it would seem that meeting you might be the most impactful. Why, since that fateful day, I do believe there has not been a single missive in which you were not mentioned by name.
Yeah, I love the twins so much.
Tis plain they care for you, and I am glad they have such a steadfast companion watching over them. Under normal circumstances, I would offer you tea, but alas, these are anything but. In any event, why don't you keep me company whilst we await my children's return? Perhaps you might regale me with a tale or two of your exploits.
That sounds fun. She's very pretty.
When you mentioned gifts, I wasn't sure what to expect.
Oh my god!
Mother,
Oh, look how well it fits you. And the style is to your liking?
Oh.
It's perfect. Exactly what I would have chosen. But please, tell me you had something different made for Alphinaud.
Naturally. You are hardly little children anymore. And while I shall miss dressing you in those precious matching outfits, I must respect the individuals you have grown to become.
Oh.
See for yourself.
Ah! Sage Alphinaud!
Thank you for the splendid clothes, Mother. Stylish, comfortable, and eminently practical.
I am so glad you like them. They are, however, missing one final touch.
The Noliths, right?
If you'd allow me, Master Alphinaud.
They're Noliths, right? Oh my god. Let's see them. Hey! Hey.
Wait. Are these...
A sage's tools of the trade. They belonged to your father.
Oh!
Though he may as well be chained to his desk these days, as a student he was often called upon to venture into the field. He wielded those armaments, both to heal and to harm in no few battles. None so fierce as those you two have braved, perhaps, but battles nonetheless.
Oh.
Thus did I pull them out of storage, to show you that he was not always the man who stands in vehement opposition to you now.
True.
And also because it would be a terrible waste of ridiculously expensive House Ysayeau commissioned artistry.
A sage stone!
I am told these devices are quite difficult to master. But someone of your extensive experience should soon have them darting about with grace and aplomb. May the wisdom in that crystal serve you well. And please, try to find common ground with your father, that you might come and go without need for this awful subterfuge.
Oh.
We will, Mother. I promise.
My final gifts to you, before you run off, are an observation and a suggestion.
Okay.
Firstly, Fortunato has ever been a serious man, but it was only after you were born that he truly lost himself in his work. I may not know the Forum's inner workings, but I know your father's. The timing of that change in him holds some significance. Secondly, do not seek to best your father with words. Far better that you simply show him. Let him discover the merit of your actions, after they cannot be undone.
Oh, Mother.
We shall take your wisdom to heart. Thank you again for these gifts, and farewell for now.
Oh.
Safe travels, my children. Eat well, stay warm, and keep your friends close.
Oh. I'll take care of them. Don't worry. That was so good. It was so nice meeting Amelians. And she was the one who actually gave them their outfits too. And that was that. Only the gods know when we will be back again. Thank you for indulging Mother's request. I can see it meant a lot to her. And I shall refrain from inquiring as to the content of your private conversation. Our visit was all too brief. For now, however, it will have to suffice. As will these tokens of home that we carry with us. These gifts to help us remember who we are and whence we came. But enough sentimentality. Let us return to the annex and rejoin our companions. That actually turned out better than I expected. You guys look really good. We look good together. Don't think for a moment that I'm jealous of Alphinaud's new weapons. They are far more suited to him than me. We left Eorzea in matching outfits, but our styles, both fashion and fighting, have long since diverged. If anything, I'm proud of the differences between us. Yes. If I intend to master these sage's armaments, that will mean learning to imbue them with the same ether I poured into the moonstone and obsidian. 'Tis difficult to grasp the essence of such an entity. For me, it will help to think of the Nolis as allies in battle. Simply a new form of the energy which went into manifesting my carbuncle companions. For us to feel responsible for the schism of House Leveilleur would be pure hubris. After all, we are merely on the outskirts of what is, essentially, a family affair. And yet neither can we claim the indifference of strangers. To hear their mother welcome them so warmly was a joy. And a relief. It was. As curious as I am to learn of the truth of this duty, I wonder what else the Forum is hiding. A calamitous secret whose origin lies in the Ethereal Sea. Duplicity aside, however, I do not believe Master Fortunaud means us ill. Even the harsh words he has for his children stand not from anger, I think, but desperation. Now that we've seen what has happened, I can safely think that he did it without... I don't think he did it without, you know, he still loves his children. After seeing what has been going on with the Forum. He still loves his children, I think. He just did it out of his bound duty. And it probably was very... like, he has to do it. Even if he has to do it, he can have to, like, disown his own children. Which is kind of excessive, but, you know. Who wouldn't, you know? If you're trying to save the world, I guess. I don't know. I'm just thinking these things on my head. Alright, Krile. Enjoyed your time with the Leveilleurs, I hope? I would ask how the twins fared, but their Alphins tell the tale. I only hope we can help them to reconcile with their father, that they might return home one day with their heads held high. In the meantime, we edge even closer to the secret of the Forum's strives to hide, and the flower bequeathed to you by Heidelin is sure to guide us going forward. I'm confident that once we've learned heard your report for Thavnair, we'll be well equipped to plot our next move. Yes. Hey, we got both of the quests done. As confusing as I did them. Yeah, I kind of started off at the wrong, like I started with Krile's first, but then I thought I finished it. So I ended up doing Thancred's. But I think it still turned out pretty well in the end, in my opinion. So I'm not complaining. Well, So now that both groups are here now, I guess it's fine to just end this episode here. There was a lot of stuff happening. So far, this whole expansion so far has been somewhat of like a trip back to ARR. Just the little things coming and going. But you see some interesting things along the way. I can't tell if this is somewhat of a slow pace, but I don't know. I'm personally having I think I'm having a good time with it. I can't wait to see more of what's gonna happen. I think the next video is probably going back to Thavnair and going to that Tower of Zot this time. And I think if that's the case, we might even go into a new dungeon, you know? So, yeah. Alright. Anyhow. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!